check out another video. Hopefully everybody's off to a Happy New Year. So let that be the first thing that I wanted to say was Happy New Year to everyone. Actually going a little bit earlier on the live tonight since I was actually off all day. Had to do some other things earlier, but now freed up a little bit that I thought I'd throw up a live stream, and was thinking to maybe give a look back on some of the beers I actually liked over 2019. I usually log a lot of the beers into the Untapped app, which some of you are connected with me on as well, and kind of wanted to go back and share some of the beers I actually enjoyed over that period of time. This is actually beers that for me were ones I find or found to be very solid for what I would want for my personal preference and my personal palate and what I really enjoyed. And again, whenever you're dealing with ratings, it's always subjective, so keep that in mind as well. But just thought I'd go through a few of those. And cheers, Donner. Happy New Year, my friend. Hopefully you had a great day today and you're off to a good start here on day one of the new year 2020. But yeah, so these are some of the beers I was going to look back on, and if there's some beers that you guys have had as well, feel free to put those in the comments section to let me know what kind of beers you enjoyed over the last year, or any of the other type of things you may have drank as well. According to Untapped, I actually, from what I checked in, I know I didn't check in all the beers because you get like a 6-pack at times. You might only check in the first one you get, or a couple. You're at different things. You may be out with friends and you're not checking in beers. But according to them, 407 unique beers I went through in 2019 from 40 different unique venues that I checked in. And it said total of 584 beers. But I know that they all weren't checked in just because sometimes you're going to get a 4-pack or a 6-pack or something, but you don't always check them in every time when you're drinking them and stuff. So, hey, what's happening, Alan? Cheers, my friend. Erie said, Alan, you're not supposed to be here first, so you beat the missus here. And cheers, Erie, and Happy New Year to both of you as well. Donner just got home from the Thirsty Barrel STS Pilsner and grilled shrimp tacos after Star Wars movie. Well, that sounds like a very good day. Hopefully you enjoyed the movie. Seems like more people enjoyed it than not. I had maybe one person tell me they didn't think it was as great, but I've had other friends tell me if you were kind of a diehard Star Wars fan, you might have been a little disappointed there, but if you weren't, you might enjoy it more. But anyway, hopefully it was a good movie. What? No elevator music is back. What's up, Throttle? Hey, you get what you get when you show up. It's nice and relaxing. Well, not my fault. She's slow on the jump tonight. Oh, maybe the kids had her running around a little bit. But I actually got some of the football action on right now. Oregon just took the lead against Wisconsin, so I'm happy about that. Auburn did not do as good today as expected. Or they didn't do enough, I should say, to win. It was a good game. And actually going to crack this beer open here at first before I start breaking down some stuff. And if you guys are drinking anything, feel free to share in the comments so I know what you're actually partaking in as well. And I'm still drinking a little bit more of this Hop Avenger IPA right now from New Belgium. That's kind of what I got right here going. It's called Kids Come Out the Room and You Would Be Too. Yeah. So, as I look over some of the stuff for the beers I actually enjoyed and what I actually put into Untapped over the last year, I have the first one I actually took a look at here was the Grand Cru, which was actually one that was a local collaboration here from one of my breweries. Now, there's different brands out there that have a Grand Cru type beer. This was actually done by Quaff Brothers and Rheingeist as a collab. It's 10.5% ABV when it was actually bottled. For me, it was actually a 4.75 out of 5. And for me, a 4.75 means pretty much that it's a beer that I would drink at any time, any place, anywhere. You know, it's got to be that high solid one. It's got to have that nice flavor about it. It's got to have that nice everything going on that I can sit there and enjoy it no matter what. So That was actually one on the list, and these aren't done in any type of ranking order. Everyone on here, though, that I'll talk about, I gave at least a 4.75 to. So just to kind of keep it there. And I don't give out 4.75s a lot. My average rating on Untappd, they put a new thing in there where you can see that, is actually 3.59. So like many things, a lot of stuff is more towards the center, more towards the average, but there are the standouts. Some up, some down. Let me see here. Excuses. I'm gonna lock myself in your computer room, Alan, and leave you with the kids. I'll rip the AC out of the window and crawl in. Don't play. Little threatening with the children there between Eclectic Beard and Erie. Children are not supposed to be used as pawns, people. So you look at this beer. It's a nice Belgian double that was actually done from the brewery at the time. It was actually aged in Pinot Noir barrels, which made it have a nice little standout. When I looked at what I actually said about the beer from back then, it actually had a nice feel of some different things that I looked at. Let me take a look here. Of course, now as I go to pull up my phone, it's not pulling up like it was. But it had a very distinctive, nice little wine taste to it. It's got some good things taking place that really made it an overall tasty type beer. And it was actually one I was glad they actually put together for one of our local breweries. Let's see what's going on here. Of course, nothing ever goes as planned when you need it, right? So let me go back over here. So with that beer itself, I looked at it and it had a nice fruity feel. The coriander, the booziness came through, but had a nice oaky feel, clove, yeasty. Good thing about Untappd, you can put a lot of different adjectives around the different beers you like and everything. But overall, if you like a Belgian type style, it had a nice fruitful taste to it, which made it kind of stand out versus some of the other ones out there. And being here makes it harder, in my opinion, to make some of the good Belgian ales when you stack them up against what you get from overseas. And they did a real good job with that one. Let me see. Alan and Erie, you guys are cracking me up. What's that? Oh, somebody leave a dislike. Yeah, people do that, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't worry about them at all. Some people just come in with some of the hate, I guess, but it is what it is. Part of YouTube is knowing that you're going to get dislikes at points. Let me see here. So that was actually one that I like there. Going into another one that I actually liked. It was the Barrel Aged 1050 from Oscar Blues. Many people have actually had a chance to taste that one. A great barrel aged stout, 12.9% ABV. There was one I just did recently. If you watched the side by side the other night, and I questioned whether barrel aged needs to be done when you have a great base model of a beer. Well, Barrel Aged 1050 proves that you can take a step up when you barrel age something that's already a solid beer. The 1050 is already solid. The barrel age took it to another level. Definitely one that I enjoyed having last year, and was one that was really right on point. Nice feel to it from the coffee, from the chocolate. Nice feel of the barrel age came through for that one as well. See, thought, I look correct to be your correct rod is cool, but did you know that doesn't matter if it's up or down? Either one shows interaction is good for YouTube algorithm. Yeah, so up or down is definitely works that way as well, for sure. It all helps, and it is what it is. Although it'd be kind of interesting if YouTube ever said if you gave someone a thumb down, what did you give the thumb down for? So they would actually know it for their information and stuff. But don't know if they'll ever do that or not. But if you get a chance, the Barrel Aged 1050 is one that's produced every year. That is definitely one to get. That is one that's out right now as well. But that was one of the ones I really enjoyed. Following that, I had the Bronze Nuggets from 450 North. We just did the video about 450 North about the slushy thing. This was their triple IPA, 11% ABV. At least I think it was still 11% ABV, but it was really good. And as far as I know, everything was legit on the nuggets. They're not fruit juice in those, so things are solid. But one of the best from the Nugget series I've actually had from 450 North, and that was the bronze one. Taking a look at that one here. Any kind of side notes I have on that one? Nothing as much from some of the other stuff that comes out. I mean, I had like the mouthfeel of it, the smoothness. There was the bitterness there. You got like a little bit of the grapefruity feel, nice mouth coating. But overall, from when I had that one, from what I remember, it just left a nice feel. It was very done nicely as far as the duration of the flavor. You had some astringency in there, but you didn't have an overplay of bitterness. It was just, again, another well put together beer, in my opinion, that no matter where I was or where I was at or what time of year it is, I could actually drink that one with no problem. Whiskey Doll says they think I don't like you and that I am not cool. No, Throttle's cool. Throttle's up in Canada. He's a cool guy. So, no worries. So we had the bronze nuggets, and then one that we had, and this was actually when Joe came to town, and Eric and Todd, Joe's dad, when we went over to Braxton Labs, and this was actually the 2017 vintage we had. It was a dark charge Moe, 13.5% ABV. This one was really surprisingly how good it was. It used different kinds of peppers in there, which were solid. I forgot what peppers they were in there. It might say if I grab it here. It was the one that began with a P, though, I believe. It wasn't overly spiced at all. Just had such a great feel. You got a nice experience from it. We had various dark charges that day, and everybody basically had that one as the number one dark charge feel. When we had got it there, it was the last bottle of it at the time when I picked it up, and basically they were saying that was the one that was sold the most, and that was the most popular. It's a massive imperial stout and features the stone fruit, the chocolate, coffee oak. I'm trying to see what the peppers are. With the ancho chilies they had in that one, cinnamon, cocoa nibs, Madagascar vanilla beans, and it just gave a nice little kick to it, a nice little feel. You got the nice spice coming through. It was just overall a solidly nice beer. Alice, I know Throttle was cool. We have real cool beer up here, Rajay. Oh, I know you do. I'm getting more of the Canadian beers as I see them. I still have a barley wine I need to actually drink downstairs as well that I haven't drank yet. That's also from Canada. But a nice one, and Braxton, I would say, is one of our top 3 breweries now here in the Cincinnati area, located here in northern Kentucky. They're just kind of expanding like crazy. They're coming out with good stuff. They have 3 different locations now where they're doing things, and people are really picking up on them. Let's see what I had after that one there. And this other one I had last year was kind of a unique personal feel for me, because I used to go to Florida a lot, and I used to love getting mojitos down in Florida. Well, Evil Twin came out with the art of mixing a beer, their mojito version, 8% ABV, really a damn good beer, although it's one of those ones, do you call it really a beer, because it tasted so much like a mojito, the way it was all done. It was just spot on for me. And again, with me being more of a mojito fan, that actually was one that really hit me a little bit more probably than some people out there. But Evil Twin always does some very unique things with their stuff. This was one of another one they had. I forgot which one it was in the series. But they've done a series of different beers where they're making a beer kind of taste like some of the spirit type drinks. So this was one. You got a nice feel of it. You got like a little minty type feel coming out. I'd be curious to see how they actually got this one put together, how they fermented it myself, just because it was so dead on, kind of like a mojito. Titles said, beer, you're cool too. And then away from that, Golden Draak, another Belgian ale, right? So Brouwerij van Steenberg. This one, 10.5% ABV. This was the Brewmasters edition. This was a special one that you could find out there. Now, I actually did the video with this one with Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews over in the UK. And we'd actually done that one. We did the spotlight type stuff. But this one was one that kind of blew me back as well. And I always like what Golden Draak does with their beers, or that line that Brouwerij works with. And this one was really, really smooth. And it was just like a nice, smooth overall feel to it. It kind of just hung around for you. You kind of were able to sit there and really enjoy the flavor and take it in. You didn't want to rush through it. You could have easily put your feet back and had a cigar to really enjoy this one. If you get a chance to see that out there, if they bring this out again, would definitely say take a look at it. But that was like a special beer I think they did as the Brewmasters edition. Hey, what's happening, Blake? Cheers, my friend. Quack, my friend. Got to get them Ducks. Them Ducks got to get that win for us, right? So I think it's just me and you that have the Ducks as well. So he'll still be ahead of me probably, but I can make a move on the other guys maybe. And so that was a nice one to have. And of course, Belgian, if it's done the way it's usually done, which is usually great, you're usually going to be on top of my list in there somewhere. And then the last one I had, and this was actually from 2018, but I picked it up and had it in 2019, which was just about a month ago. And that was the Reserve Bourbon County brand stout from Goose Island, the 2018 vintage, which was 15.2% ABV. This one was done in Elijah Craig barrels, and one of the smoothest Bourbon County ones that I've had in a while. I ended up getting a crazy deal on that one too. If you guys saw that one, I ended up getting a 32-ounce crowler at the Party Source for $22, which was sick that they sold it for that cheap. They only allow one crowler per person, and I'm glad I picked that one up. I've got some of the Bourbon Counties from 2019 I need to drink for this year, but that one that I got from 2018, Elijah Craig, came through nicely. You've got everything you kind of come to expect with Bourbon County, and overall, it was a pretty decent brew. So those were all the ones that I actually ranked at a 4.75. I didn't give any 5s last year on Untapped, but looking at 4.75 kind of being a top level, it's hard to get like a perfect 5 on something, right? So you got to be tough. Got to be like that Russian judge doing the judging of the gymnastics or whatever, ice skating or whatever it may be. And you got to be a little tough there. So, but those ones kind of stood out to me last year in 2019. If there's any that you guys had that really stood out, that you really enjoyed, let me know. Put some comments in the comment section. Or if you're watching this in a replay, make sure you leave a comment to tell me some of your favorite beers of 2019. But 2019 is over. Now we're on 2020, and we look forward to drinking and experiencing more beers. Speaking of which, is anyone experiencing any beers right now? Is anybody having anything nice to drink at this point? Hey, Jeremy, cheers, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Need the Ducks to get the win, my friend. I think you got Wisconsin, though, so you probably don't want the Ducks to win. I would have liked Auburn to win earlier. Auburn kind of screwed me there. Well, no more dislikes, all likes now. Apparently people came to their senses. Well, yeah, I don't know. You know, I've seen stuff before on some videos, Alan, where you'll have like a dislike there, but then a dislike changes to a like or something. And I don't know if it was something. I talked to Joe about it one time, I think, from the Beer Patrol. We were talking about it. And it's like, I don't know if people put something in, like maybe it misreads on the computer or whatever, but it is what it is, you know. By the time it's all over, who doesn't like me, right? By the end, you all got to like me. So hopefully you make the change. Alan says, to hell with Auburn. Alan, don't be bitter. I was gonna tease you earlier in our in the message chat that we have when they were down. I was like, all I need is a miracle. When I was gonna put in the Kick Six gifts list. I said, but no, that'll set Alan off if I share that one on there. That's one that still haunts a little bit. I didn't realize you was live. I was watching Beer Man. Yeah, I just went live a little bit ago. I was going to go later, but I said, might as well go a little bit earlier tonight. I was off. I got some other stuff done, so I feel like I just jumped in a little earlier than usual. I may come back later and do a beer review, though. I don't know. Well, we had it happen before, and there's folks that are just trolling. Yeah, there's people trolling out there, and makes no sense for people trolling. And I was gonna mention that before, because I even saw in your videos where it's like you had a premiere upcoming and you weren't even live yet, and someone had like dislikes out there. It's like, how are you gonna dislike when the video hasn't even been launched yet? I just think, I don't know, some people are jealous, I guess. I need at least one win today. Not looking good. You don't have anybody winning yet, Jeremy? That is surprising. Beer Man, what's going on, brother? How's it going? Apparently last night I won on Beer Man's stream because he came in and told me I won, which was pretty funny. So, which is always cool. If you guys haven't checked out Beer Man, check out Beer Man. I meant to comment earlier. I was actually doing some stuff and listening, but I liked your guitar playing, Beer Man. You did a nice little strings there you were working. Blake says cheers to Jeremy and Beer Man. And Beer Man says, Blake, yo man, cheers, happy New Year's. And Beer Man says, much love, Rod. And hey, eclectic beard. And Erie says, screw the trolls, right? Yeah, I mean, trolls are what they are. Beer Man says, I just can't get enough of this live stuff. It can become addicting a little bit, right? You start getting used to doing the lives all the time. Blake said, TVLOL. Beer Man, you are epic. And we all have a hunch on who at least one of them is, but hasn't happened in a few days. So now it's all gravy. I wonder who that may be. Have to find out there. I know some of the other usual suspects, but yeah. You won for sure. Yeah, you're awesome. Yeah, people were telling me I won also that came in to join the channel. So that's cool. Picked Auburn, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Baylor. Yeah. I can't believe you picked Michigan now. That's surprising. Yeah. And right now, Wisconsin is up now, 24-21, by the way. So they did take the lead back. And Baylor, yeah. I may get hurt in that Baylor game because I just found out who they're playing might not have all their players or something they were saying earlier. Some people were like not playing now, possibly. Yeah, very addicting, right? So you kind of get you get into it and you kind of get on the field as you want to keep doing them, or you would become a party at a certain point. So very easy for that to happen. And then Jeremy says, cheers to Blake and Allen, Beer Man Erie. I was listening to you and the audio was off, Beer Man. So Beer Man lost audio at some point, maybe? If I keep winning, they're going to build a statue of me, Blake. Is Blake still in the lead right now, by the way? Do we even know? I know Blake was 2 up on me last time I saw, but yeah. TV. Sculpt of butter in a frying pan. Going to start a live stream one day. Erie, don't you start that. You know Alan's going to get on you. Alan says you don't even get on his show. YouTube tends to like the live streams, I think, for a lot of this stuff. So I can say the more I've done live streams now, the more recommendations have went up in my analytics for the channel and everything like that. So, which I like doing the live stream. It's again, for me, it's almost like old hat going back to when I was on the radio and stuff back in college and everything. That you're kind of used to being on the spot on things. No need to look at the books. We'll just go with it, LOL. I burned the predictions. No way to know for sure. We're all square at this point. I like your style there, Alan. I like that style. Yeah, it had to be a bad dream. Oh. Well, at least Blake has Arkansas basketball that'll be taking them through these next couple months. They look pretty good in the Arkansas team. And Jeremy as well. which I think we actually start league play Saturday. So West Virginia actually plays Kansas, so that should be a pretty good game, especially since we just knocked off Ohio State last week. So did anybody do anything special today for New Year's? Anybody go out and do anything? Celebrate any other kind of way? Maybe you went out to a meal with the family. Anything different, or just kind of took it as an easy day before we start to grind again tomorrow? I mean, I know Donner went to see the Star Wars movie. This seemed like a nice day to do. In the SEC, they may as well be tiddlywinks. Watched the Bama game with my stepdad. Yeah. Hey, what's happening, Dolly? Feliz Año Nuevo, Rod. Cheers. What is going on? What did you do today, Dolly, for New Year's? Anything special? I'm gonna just keep calling you Dolly because I'm not sold on the Miss Happy yet. I did what they call recover from last night. Did anybody get crazy last night? I know Beer Man said on his stream he passed out last night while he was doing the stream. Went to the fair, but I wasn't tall enough to get in. They wouldn't let you ride the rides, Blake. And then Dolly says hello to Eclectic. Blake, you could have walked under the turnstile. Tub fishing? What's up? What's tub fishing? Hey, what's happening, D'Angelo? Cheers and Happy New Year's, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Anything special you've done today? Anything you're drinking? Anybody make their New Year resolution and start on their New Year resolution? Not me, sweet angel over here. Yeah, right, Blake. Yeah, you're the archangel, right? Went to the bedroom at like 11 p.m. Earliest in a while for me, so that was crazy. You guys didn't do like a midnight toast or anything last night? No, sir. Even with the phone book and boosters. A friend brought over small fish and bamboo rod. Went fishing in my old-fashioned tub. Oh, and then Blake was struck by lightning. Normally, I don't go to bed till like 3 a.m. and don't get to sleep. And don't get to sleep till almost 4. Well, yeah. Wait a minute, you can't go to bed at 3 and sleep till 4? That's like freaking 13 hours. That's a long time to be asleep. And I like sleep, but I can never sleep, I don't think, that long. The worst thing I run into is because my body's used to me getting up to go to work, so even when I go to bed late, my body still tries to wake up early, like thinking I gotta get up and go to work or something. Oh, still sick, can't go to All right, well, I hope you feel better soon. I forgot you were fighting a little bit of illness. Just slept off the hangover from last night. What did you drink last night, D'Angelo? And I hope some of you guys aren't trying to celebrate 2020 by drinking Mad Dog 2020. You don't want to do that. Go back and watch our Beer Flow show when we had Shannon do Mad Dog 2020. You'll want to pass up on that. Well, do that crap if you want tomorrow. The kids will be up at the butt crack at dawn. When you have kids, you're on a kids' time. So, love fishing. All right. You know who you should check out, Dolly, is if you haven't checked out FlowRider Hillbillies channel that comes in, he goes fishing all the time now. He actually had some fishing videos up earlier from down in Florida. You said not PM. So, what you said, go to sleep at 3 a.m. and get up at 4 p.m., I thought. Hey, what's happening, Richie? Happy New Year. Cheers, my friend. You sipping on anything, Richie? You got anything you're drinking right now? How was your first day of 2020? Anything that you did special today? Champagne, 10.5 ABV, and Patron 70 proof. What a rough night. Well, whenever you get tequila with anything else, it can get a little bit bumpy in there. I changed it by drinking a Cardi rum gold, just a small 1 ounce shot. It was okay. Oh, well, look at you. Little Bacardi rum. I mean, go to bed at 3 and go to sleep around 4. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Sierra Nevada Celebration now. There you go. I finished my last one of that yesterday. Great one to have around December, around Christmas. I mean, I could drink that all year long too, but it comes out around this time of year because when they pull the hops, it's a fresh hop that they actually use for it. So for a fresh hop, you got to do it within 72 hours off the vine, I believe. Yeah, Bacardi. I know some Bacardi there. Then I'm normally up 9:30 to 10. Okay, so yeah. So you're like, you get into bed, you got to lay there for a bit before you can actually go to sleep. I'm kind of the same way at times. Still reconnecting with the lady, so it's all good. Well, there you go. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to do some other beers. I don't know if I'm going to do some live streams or just upload some beer. But I want to get into doing some more of the beers I got there in the cooler downstairs. So I may just upload those over the next couple of days if I don't go live stream with them. Just kind of depends. Beer Man was doing his stream earlier and hit on some points. Like, it's tough when, you're doing a channel. We all do it as a hobby for fun or like that and everything. I mean, if it grows into something, that's great. But when you got like a regular job and you're trying to do this and then plan out your videos and then plan out your live streams and source all the material you want to use, it definitely takes time. I know, Alan, you definitely agree with that because all the stuff you've done, like with the truck series, there's not just what you see on TV, but all the time spent researching and pulling information and reading through stuff too. So, you don't want to do a channel and do it like a half-assed channel and not be prepared. You want to put your time in so you have the right information that you're looking to share. Good to see you all. It's been a year since I talked to you last. Jeremy with the jokes. And I cooked post salmon with Asian veggies and saffron rice. Then I made sugar cookies for my cousin. Oh, that was nice. So you had to be feeling a little bit better then to be able to do all that. Alan said that definitely sounds tasty. And she said it was. I love to cook. Making fudge for my neighbor. She loves it. I don't know many people that don't like fudge. When I went to the last beer festival that we did back in September, one of the places there actually had fudge they created, but it also had beer they used in the base as well. So they had different varieties of fudge that were beer infused, which was really good. I'm trying to grow the channel and looking at starting a podcast series or 2 in the next month. Wow, you're going to be really expanding into some different stuff there. I mean, you can definitely do that. You can also run your podcast by downloading your YouTube and just basically having it recorded in that format and put it onto a podcast as well. So I don't know if you've thought about that before, but I've done that in the past too. And there's some podcast sites out there. If you're interested, I can definitely let you know that you might want to check out. Hey, Arizona, cheers, my friend. Just stopped by to say hi, watching the Big Ten. Hopefully win the Rose Bowl. Yeah, I've got Oregon picked for this one. So I got to root for Oregon there. But we didn't do the thing Tuesday because of the holiday. But next Tuesday, over the Eclectic Beard, we'll be doing the college football again. And then I know it'll be a little bit time out there, but that Ohio State game, we never really got to discuss it as much. Blake said that did sound delicious. And then Alan said, cheers, Arizona. Cheers. Hey, Vanessa. Happy New Year to you as well. Good to see you. Just something Miss Happy and the eclectic beer. Well, there you go, Richie. Yeah, definitely. So they put some great stuff out there, and hopefully you guys are all checking out each other. You can hit the 3 dots at the next to their comment, and it'll actually allow you to check out their channel. And if you like what you see there, you can subscribe, and then you can follow them as well. So some very good people here. I told folks on the B&A show that I want to oversaturate folks. Well, different avenues bring different things. So it's I get some people that follow me more on Twitter than they do on YouTube, that follow me more on Instagram than they do on either other, that follow me more on Facebook. So if you're putting yourself in different areas, you got a chance to pick up more people. The reason I stopped doing the podcast is really, again, it was the time. It was the amount of being able to put the stuff out there to be able to do a podcast, but then you're doing shows on YouTube as well. But then that's when I looked into recording and doing it that way. But then I just didn't like the feel of having something recorded. If I'm going to do a podcast, I want to be slightly different on a few things. So I may look back at the podcast down the line, though. Richie said, Happy New Year to Vanessa. Rod, I cook most days when I go out to restaurants. I feel the food is subpar and so expensive. Yeah, I mean, some restaurants you go to, some of the food you can end up having, you're like, well, I could have made this at home, right? And it'd be a lot cheaper. Sometimes you just don't feel like cooking though. So that's why you may go out. We didn't go out last week. Usually we go out on Christmas Eve for dinner or New Year's Eve, and this year we didn't. We stayed here, and I ended up cooking stuff, and I usually do the cooking here as well. So last week I made some steaks, or I made a roast last week. This week I made some steaks. I do all different types of stuff. Probably tomorrow I'll make some salmon or something. So cooking is nice and relaxing for me, so I like to get in there and do some stuff. I'm going to looking at using Podbean and doing a B&A show 2 times a week, and another called Eclectic Musings, and make it available on iTunes, Spotify, and other places. There's one, the channel that I use, I think it might have been Podcast. I'll have to look it up to see, but I think it was Podcast, and they actually allowed you to feed into iTunes as well. So when I was doing it, my shows were coming up on iTunes. And they have some pretty good programs. They give you a certain amount you can do for free, but then if you want to expand it, you can pay, kind of like how StreamYard does. But last time I used it, they gave you a good amount of stuff you can do for free that you can update it after each month. Miss Happy said, got you back, Richie. Nice. Vanessa filled the fridge with Dragon Milk Stout and Guinness for an extra stout. 2 thumbs up for that. 2 good stouts to have around. The fridge is happy. The fridge should be tap dancing. No one is filled with Dragon's Milk Stout and Guinness for an extra. I'm practical. Hate to waste money. I'm with you there. I do not like to waste money myself. And part of it, working in the financial industry for as long as I have, I hate to see money get wasted on things. And it's amazing how many things people do get wasted on. There's a pretty interesting website. If you've ever seen it, Dolly, it's thepennyhoarder.com. And they have some pretty neat things on there to help you kind of save and have some other money as well. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, which I rarely use, and Twitter. I'll get tagged in conversation on Twitter regarding Cybertruck, which is awesome because that gets you more exposure. So if you're getting tagged in, that's great. Instagram, I don't use enough. I should use it more. I was at a point, and I would just take pictures of different beers and different festivals, all that kind of stuff I was at, but it does have a benefit there. I just saw myself in the chat and went and unsubscribed. I ain't going to put up with this crap. Blake said LOL as well. Oh, Richie said to Vanessa and Alan, you're welcome. Vanessa said, hi, Jeremy. What's chat? Hey, what's going on, Jamie? Happy New Year. Great to have you here, my friend. Vanessa likes Instagram. Vanessa does a lot of good stuff with Instagram, and if you haven't seen Vanessa on there, it's Vanessa M. Kitty, and she makes some great things and shows her work there. She's making those she's finalized, I guess, making the leather cup holders, which she's been showing as well. So she's got some good stuff happening. Rich said, Mrs. Happy, I'll check you out your vids tonight. Alan said, Podbean is like $9 a month if you get it for the year, and unlimited storage. The free plan is only 5 hours of content a month. And 27-21 Wisconsin is what Arizona said. So they just kicked the field goal because it was 24-21 last time I looked over at the TV. Guinness was $2 cheaper at base yesterday. Nice. I once got a case of Guinness for an extra stout, which is the first time I actually had it. I got a case of it for $12.99. That's how I came across it in the beginning. That was again, one of those ultimate Rajay deals that pops up once in a while. But 24 bottles of that for $12.99, that was a steal. I was going to start a podcast. I'm really critical of them if they don't have really good sound. Well, yeah, but now, as long as you got a nice quality microphone, I know a lot of people are getting the Yeti microphones that seem to do really well. The one that I'm using here is like a clip-on mic that I got when I was doing mobile from the iPhone, but I started using it with the computer, and it picks up better than another mic I had previously. But I am going to probably get a Yeti at some point here. The good thing with doing a podcast, it's just you talking like this, but you don't have to worry about any lighting or anything along those lines. It's just basically you're talking and communicating through the podcast, which makes it a little bit easier, I think. I gained like 30-something followers in the last 2 months on Twitter just organically. Yeah, which is the best way to grow. Or you don't want to go out there buying people or buying your base or whatever you want to say. Growing organically, I think, is always the best, and those are people that really want to check out your stuff. Jamie said Happy New Year, and Jeremy, hi Vanessa. I have 5 nicely firm can holders now. I'm using them at the coffee table. Very nice. Oh, formed. Very nice. Rod, do you have any ideas what your favorite available brew of 2019 is? And are you going to do a video of it? Yeah, actually, I just went back. It was so funny because you got here afterward, but in the beginning, if you end up going back on the replay, like that first, 10, 15 minutes, however long it took, these guys would know if they were watching it to see how long I was doing it. But I actually gave a breakdown of the beers that I actually rated highest over 2019 that I had. In fact, I can actually go back. Let me switch screens here. The ones that are actually available that I had, it would be like the Barrel Aged 1050. That one is still available right now. That's out there. They don't have the bronze nuggets now from 450 North, but any of the Nuggets series are usually pretty decent. But this is one that I thought was really great that they had there. Going down through, looking at some of the bigger ones. Obviously, if you can get any Bourbon County, I end up having a 2018 Bourbon County Elijah Craig Reserve. That was really good. There was one from Golden Drop. Their Brewmaster's Edition was really good. The Evil Twin beers you can get. This one's going to be a little bit particular, though, because I got a big liking for mojitos. So what they did for this one was really awesome. I mean, you pretty much felt like you were drinking a mojito out of the can. And those were kind of the ones I ranked the highest of the ones for 2019. But there's other ones that are out there too that were just as good as well. Depending on what your palate is and what you're looking to do, there's so many different things that are coming out. Plus, they have other ones coming out for the turn here. Like we were talking yesterday, Beer Hound's a big fan of Lagunitas Undercover Investigation. I am as well. That's one I really like, and that comes out in February. So if you get Lagunitas, I would definitely say check that one out. That's pretty solid. If you get Great Lakes, they're about to have their, I think Chill Wave or Lake Erie Monster. One of them is about to come out here in February. The other one, or March. The other one comes out a couple months after that. But I just looked at the beers that I drank only in 2019. There were other ones I had on the list that I drank, like, Zombie Dust and other stuff like that. But I drank them before, so I didn't really count those into the mix. Yeah, perfect summer drinks for sure. So if you see Evil Twin, they come out with that mojito again. That's really good. They had a couple other ones they had done as well, but the mojito was what that stood out to me the most. Buying followers, I do not know that existed. Yeah, so basically, you would see people on YouTube buy subscribers. YouTube really cracked down on people that actually did that at a point, or they could find them and they would stop them from doing it by canceling their accounts or taking out the fake subs. Essentially, you have people for The only spot I usually hear is like out of India, where people will sit there and they run these sites out of there, and they pretty much just go on and sub, or they comment, or they follow you on Instagram, and so you pay a fee, and all these people that are in the warehouse will just hit your account, but then they never come back or anything like that again. It just gets you a big bump, but then you have nothing substantial from it. And some people have been allegedly have bought people for their channels and stuff, and that is frowned upon. And actually, again, for YouTube, it's against the YouTube policy to do so. Bronze nuggets when they make a brass balls version. No, but they have a series, and it's always nuggets, and bronze was the one they used there. But that's funny if they made brass balls. Frozen smoothie drinks made with fresh frozen fruits and fresh heavy cream. Add your favorite liquor. A best summer and with time drink. Yeah, that's kind of like some of the stuff you get when you go down to places down like Miami or Florida, or down to the beach or in the Caribbean and stuff like that. Yeah, those kind of drinks make you want to sit back and just put your feet up. Problem is, they also put your calories up. Wintertime, yeah. So what's anybody else drinking out there right now? Did anybody go out last night, or everybody kind of stay in the house? I had a couple friends that went out to a few things at some of the local spots. They dressed up and everything like that, but I'm to the point where I just want to relax at home. I don't really go out for those anymore. Frozen daiquiri is the way so you can eat it with a spoon. I don't think I've ever eaten a daiquiri with a spoon, though. But I have drinking a lot of daiquiris. Right, do you freeze some glasses before you pour it in? It's great. I do not, and the reason I don't is because when you have craft beer, you should never have your glasses frozen. Anytime you freeze a glass and you're putting craft beer into it, you're muting the flavor and you're muting the aroma. So because I drink mainly craft beer, I don't. Now, if I'm out somewhere and I'm having like a Bud or a Coors or some other type of lager, like a macro lager, that's different. That would be the only time I would freeze glasses. So if I had that in the house here and I was going to drink it, I might put a glass in the freezer for that, because you want those to be so cool, so cold. So that's a concern there, but not for any craft beers. In fact, I've been out of places and explaining it to people there, and they pretty much had no idea as well, and they started taking stuff out of freezer for when people wanted craft beers, so they would know the difference. So it's one of those things, and like you mentioned, that condensation also plays into it as well. Let me see. Getting too old to go out anymore, right? Yeah, deal with the hustle bustle. It's funny, the last time we went out, it was on New Year's Eve, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and we went out to I think it was Buca di Pepa's Italian restaurant. Came back home. We ended up getting back here about 10 or 12, quarter 12 or whatever. And when we got home, about 3 or 4 minutes from the intersection that we had went through, there was a head-on that killed a couple, where some guy came across the median drunk and hit them. And it was so weird that we were just at that intersection 3 to 4 minutes before it actually happened. It was crazy because you could hear the police going past the house and they're going out there. And I have a friend that's a local cop here who actually had told me about all the stuff that happened out there. And it was man, because we work out in the gym and he's telling me we were working out. I'm we were there almost 5 minutes before that actually happened. So it's just crazy out there. So I think people drink so much. Don't drive. If you're gonna drink, don't drive. You got Uber, you got Lyft, you got taxis. I mean, on New Year's Eve and holidays, some of the places, they don't even charge you to get you home. They'll give free taxi rides. So, it's crazy to be out there drinking and driving this day and age. Vanessa says she drank too much bourbon. Now I got the llama farm. Is it really too much? Natter Days, it's not cheap like most natties, lol. Maybe it'll become cheap in a few months when the novelty dies down. I just love the taste. Natter Days I drank my share of some Natter Days this past summer and into early fall. It's not a bad beer. It's actually one that goes down rather easily. And I may mention before, they had a competition. I think it was Missouri, and it was a blind competition, and Natter Days was voted as the best new beer. And these are supposed to be like a group of beer drinkers, and they were surprised when they found out it was Natter Day. So, take away that name, and it's a solid beer. So, don't hate on it just because it's from Natty. Celebration Ale plus some Eagle Rare Bourbon on the side. Well, that sounds nice. That'll get you a nice relaxed feel into the evening. You're missing out then, just like a creamy icicle with liquor in it. I do like that, Vanessa. Freeze glass with the basic stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if it's something where it's going to be like a lager, a Bud, a Natty, a Hams, or whatever it may be, then that's a little bit different because you want them to be as cold as possible because cold helps those beers. So yeah, that would be something definitely you would want to freeze. Shot glasses. I waited 3 hours to safely drive back home. Well, that's good. That's a smart thing to do for sure. Plus, by waiting safely, we'd have to send Eric to come visit you with his baseball bat with barbed wire. I have a celebration ale in the fridge. I'll probably get into it before the end of the night. There you go. Hey, what's happening, Max? Cheers, my friend. What is going on in your world tonight? Are you drinking on anything? How's your first day of 2020 going? Woo, just found you drinking Hams now. Talk about timing there, Ron. I will say, for a beer that's like a macro lager that comes across as a nice, easy drinking adjunct type lager, Hams is not a bad beer at all. I mean, you also get a great deal on it, right? I think it's like you get a 15 pack for $12, something like that. It's some crazy whatever is set up, but it's a great one if you want just a nice adjunct type lager. I got no problem with Hams for sure. Yes, Eric has seen my gun pick to the left, my carry weapon. Yeah. Thought it was very mysterious music. I'm a man of mystery. What can I say, Throttle? Yeah, so never seen Hams, gotta give it a try. Yeah, give it a try there. I'm gonna actually give it a try, and I mentioned it before, after Flacco told me to go ahead and to try the Chelada. I might actually try a couple more Cheladas, just because I found it kind of interesting with that tomato juice type base to them. So, may have to check out a few more. Love it. $14.99 a 30. So even better than I thought. $14.99 a 30 pack. Can't beat that. They don't sell Hams around here, is what Alan said. Yeah, he's down in South Carolina. It's all based on your distribution where you can get that at. Is Olympia still in the stores? I haven't looked, LOL. Actually, I have one store here. It's called Party Town. And I think you can get Olympia there last time I was out that way. They also have like Red Dog and the 12 packs of Genesee Cream Ale. They have some of the other ones that other stores overlook. So Olympia was one of the beers I believe you can get there. The interesting thing about that store is that they have a great selection of stuff from overseas on how they break it down. So that's where I get some of the beers like from Poland or from Russia or from over in the UK. They have some great ones there. Outside, if I'm not going to Jungle Gyms, which is a little bit further out for me, they have a nice little breakdown on stuff. Hey, Drunken One, Happy New Year, my friend. Cheers all, Happy New Year's. Hopefully you are having a great day one of 2020. Ron says I can afford steak now. Well, you get the hams, then you can get the steak, right? So having the hams gets you to the steak for sure. And then Vanessa again said Happy New Year. I know Drunken One's probably drinking something. What are you drinking, Drunken One? Might be one of his home brews. So tomorrow night we'll be back with the Beer Flow show as well. So that'll be at 9:15 Eastern tomorrow. It'll actually just be, it won't go past an hour and 33 minutes, I believe, at the longest, because that's when my StreamYard cuts off. Although I'm tempted to see how far it goes and what it does when you go past the 20 hours, if it does like just a hard cut or what. But so that'll be at 9:15 tomorrow. And then my StreamYard resets like on January 3rd, which is Friday. And then I think once it does reset, we're going to probably try to get in a couple more of the question game shows on the channel that people seem to enjoy. So we got to set some dates up for that, and then I have Shannon and Todd come in with that stuff, and we'll do some more of that fun thing. Rod, do you like ribeye steaks? I love them. Actually, the steaks I made yesterday for New Year's Eve, they were ribeyes. So yeah, I do enjoy ribeyes. More so, I get strips. But last night we had ribeyes with baked potatoes and I think corn on the cob, and I had made some pumpernickel bread to go with it, and we had shrimp cocktail as well. So we had leftovers this morning, which was great because I had some steak with eggs, which I always like as well. Drinking a Mountain Dew, testing the can holder. So the can holder's holding up well, nothing leaking or anything like that. They're keeping, well, with the can holder, does it help to keep it cool as well since you're using that leather, or is it more just a design? Oh, Brewdog Jet Black Heart Clone, nice. Did you get the recipe off the Brewdog site, Drunken One? Which reminds me, we have Brewdog here in Cincinnati now, and I still have not been to their brewery, so that's one of the places I need to get over to check out too, to see what they're doing there in their beers. Place whole ribeye in a smoker over pecan wood. Well, that would come out nicely. At some point, I may have to get a grill again and a smoker. Now you can get the grill and a smoker combinations, but I haven't had a grill for a few years. Did I wash it down with beer? Actually, I did have a beer. I had one of the celebration ales with that as well. So I did have a beer with it when I did it last night. Being it was a holiday. And then last night, about midnight, had a couple mimosas to bring in a year. I don't like straight champagne really, but I'll drink a mimosa and it works well. Oh, that's cool then. So they put the recipe on the site, so that's nice. It's funny how some breweries will put the recipes on the site and some don't. Like they're afraid that people get the recipe for stuff, but it's cool that they do that. A little bit, but it works great as a coaster too. I just really like the look and feel of the can and leather. Nice. Rod, have you ever had a beer with breakfast at a restaurant? I usually do. It's awesome. Yeah, I've had was it breakfast or was it like brunch? I mean, no, actually I take it back. We have a place that they have like, it's like one of the more healthy organic type restaurants, but they also have the beer there, and we've went there before like at 9:30 or so for a breakfast, and I've had a beer with it before if it's something that's good that I want to try. So nothing wrong with that. It's got to be something I can actually pair with what I'm eating at the time now too. So I want something that kind of works well with that. Smoked deer meat last night in Canada. Nice. I need to find someone to get me some venison here. Oregon just took the lead, fourth quarter, 7:40. Yeah, I saw that. They're up 28-27 right now. So, but 1 point. It's only 1 point, so it's hard to get that. And Wisconsin's been able to move the ball, so they got to keep them out of field goal range. I'm hoping Oregon can pull this out. I gave Reuben sandwiches for breakfast that time. Oh, I have Reuben sandwiches. Okay. Yeah, but you're not drinking anything with the Reuben sandwiches. I feel like you can eat anything anytime you want. I mean, if your body's craving. I was like, so funny. We have a Frisch's here. I never knew for like the longest time, like you can get hamburgers for breakfast. You can get hamburgers anytime you went there. Like you go at 9 o'clock if you want a hamburger, Frisch's will make a hamburger. I just figured it was always breakfast menu until they did a switch over. But I do like how if you go to a McDonald's, you can get breakfast any time of the day. So sometimes you just want like a McGriddle or a McMuffin. Let's go to Akron, Thirsty Dog, Labrador Lager. Yeah. Thirsty Dog has some pretty decent beers out of Akron. And I've had the Labrador Lager. That was a good one. Coffee, lots of coffee. I am a coffee fan. I do drink my coffee for sure. I'm kind of one of those people, when I do go to the office, it's like, I don't want anybody to talk to me until I have my cup of coffee, right? I'm just not ready to have that conversation yet. Speaking of which, I gotta work tomorrow. Don't want to work. But I only have to work tomorrow. And then Friday I go volunteer, so I only have to volunteer for 3 hours, and I get the rest of the day off. So probably Friday I'm going to run around and get some stuff. I may show a video Friday afternoon from one of the local spots, one of the breweries possibly, since I'll be off that day. Oh, well, thanks, Richie. I mean, I like going live. It's, you know what it is like I like going live, but I want to go live and have stuff to talk about. So I try to come in with the main topic and to try to make it interesting at least to a point, and then kind of go from there. So as long as people like to chat and stuff, that's all cool. But I just want to make sure it's like no one wants to sit there with dead space, right? So you just got to make sure you have something that you want to talk about. You know, you bring up a topic, you talk about it, and then you kind of see what everybody else wants to talk about. But one thing I always notice about YouTube is, and I think that's where some people maybe don't get the growth they expect to get, YouTube is a social media tool, right? So some people put a video up and they're like, well, nobody's watching my video, or nobody's doing it. It's like, well, are you interacting? Are you talking with people? Are you building up, telling people why they should be involved? Or are you just throwing stuff up there like it's an advertisement or something? So I love interaction. I love the relationships and the friendships I've made through YouTube, through Twitter, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff, and learn some good things from good people, share some good things. It's all been gravy for me. Hey, Juggalo, what is going on? Happy New Year. Cheers, my friend. Hopefully all is well. I saw you put a video up, bro. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but you put up a fishing video. I do want to check that out here. Let me see. Buying blackberries to make jam on the weekend. My friend's dad at Llama Farm never seen jam made. He loves blackberries. And see, Vanessa, you should be doing more stuff on YouTube because you got some cool stuff you're doing. I know you put the pictures on Instagram, but I think you'd have an awesome YouTube channel, all the stuff that you're doing, as far as sharing those videos. New Year's was good, D'Angelo. Didn't really do too much more than what I'm doing now as far as kind of just relaxing. It's a nice break. Yesterday we had a great dinner and then kicked back, and then today just kind of getting other stuff done around the house, kind of setting up for that new year, getting some things set up, and then getting ready to start rolling the rock up the mountain, as we say. How was your New Year's, D'Angelo? Yeah, you too, Juggalo, definitely. And hopefully, how was your New Year's, by the way? I mean, outside of, did you go fishing again today, or? I think the fishing video you put up yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to look at it, or it came through my thing yesterday. I got so many videos I'm trying to catch up to. I'm trying to see everybody's stuff as much as I can, and it's balancing everything in. Right now, I'm hoping the Oregon Ducks can win this game, though, I tell you that. Whew, had to sneeze there. Had to hit the mute button real quick so I didn't sneeze in your guys' ear. Roz, what's in your Instagram? I'll follow. Well, the Instagram is still Rajay BeerVentures. And usually it's like pictures of beer that I haven't done in a bit, or it's like I share, like when I upload new videos, I'll post there sometimes. Sometimes at beer festivals. It's whatever I can. It might be kind of beer related as well. I'll try to put there. Yeah, follow Vanessa too. So Vanessa is Vanessa M. Kitty. Juggalo, so we got drunk last night. Been shooting firecrackers and stuff since. Not too bad. That's one thing, like, we didn't have any firecrackers really last night that I heard. I know some people were talking about firecrackers where they're at, but we didn't really have too much out here. New Year's party was amazing, minus the hangover. I have not had a hangover in a long time, and I'm not looking for one, so blessings for that for sure. It's like Oregon's got the ball back, so they're trying to hopefully get down the field here. A 1-point lead you're never comfortable with. Yeah, and if you guys got other Instagram channels, make sure you share it so people can follow you as well. Make brandy. He'll like it better. I may actually drink a little bit of brandy tonight before I go to bed. Still got a little bit here. Was everybody back to work tomorrow? Anybody got off the rest of the week? So I asked a little bit earlier, did anybody make their New Year's resolutions? Hangover is long past by a few decades, yeah. Well, as you get older, you start to learn your limits, right? Or you learn how far you're willing to go, so you don't have a hangover. Oh my God, he hit the guy in the hands and he dropped the ball. Seriously. This game's driving me crazy. Cheers, Rod. That's been a great live. Back to the grind tomorrow, 5 a.m. Oh, yeah. That is early. Well, thanks for swinging in, my friend. I'm off because I never signed a new teaching contract. Playing lazy. Hey, you do enough, Vanessa. So if you had time off, you definitely deserve it. Yeah, tomorrow will be back to the grind, but won't be as heavy, I think, because a lot of the people we work with are actually not going to be back till next week. So, but it's more getting the last of paperwork out the way, which is needed. But I definitely appreciate everybody swinging in tonight, and I think I'm going to go get me some more beer, but I'm going to probably go ahead and sign off. And yeah, always appreciate that, Richie. Definitely. Thank you. And I'm going to go probably drink a couple more beers, do some beer reviews, update some stuff. But thanks for everybody tuning in. Again, tomorrow night, 9:15, we actually will be back with the Beer Flow show. And then everybody have a great night and hopefully a great tomorrow as well. So that all being said, I'm going to go ahead and wind it down and look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Everybody have a nice evening, and hopefully I'll see a good amount of you tomorrow, because, you know, the Beer Flow show, we never know what's going to happen, but as always, entertaining. All right, everybody, I will talk to you then. Cheers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better come.